Hey guys, have you ever looked at someone really skilled? Maybe a programmer, a musician, a content creator, someone fluent in English, and thought, how are they so good? They must just be naturally talented. But honestly, that's usually not true. Most people who master skills aren't superhuman, they just understand something most people don't. Learning is psychological, and once you understand how your brain actually learns, you improve faster than almost everyone around you, because the real problem isn't the skill. It's the way your brain reacts to difficulty. And this next part explains almost everything. Hey! Most people never master anything because they depend on motivation, and motivation is one of the most unreliable things on earth. Think about it. Day one feels exciting. You make plans, watch motivational videos, buy notebooks, create schedules. You feel unstoppable. Then, a week later, your brain suddenly wants comfort instead. Now scrolling feels easier than practicing. Watching videos feels easier than learning. You tell yourself, I'll start seriously tomorrow. That's not laziness. That's your brain choosing comfort over effort. Easy dopamine over long-term rewards. Your brain is designed to save energy, which means if you want to master any skill, you first need to stop expecting your brain to naturally enjoy hard work, because it won't. And this is where most people fail. This changed how I think about learning completely. Most people say, I'm trying to learn coding, but top performers think differently. They say, I'm becoming a programmer. That sounds small, but psychologically, it changes everything because humans act based on identity. Your brain constantly asks, what would a person like me do? For example, someone who believes, I am a healthy person, naturally eats differently. Someone who says, I am a reader, reads more consistently. Identity creates behavior, so instead of saying, I'm trying to speak English, say, I'm becoming someone who speaks English every day. That small shift removes resistance, because now practice feels connected to who you are becoming, not just something you're forcing yourself to do. Now this part is important. Most people practice randomly, and random practice creates slow progress. Every skill is actually multiple smaller skills combined together. Take public speaking. People think, I just need confidence. No, public speaking involves voice control. Public speaking involves timing. Public speaking involves storytelling. Public speaking involves body language. Public speaking involves eye contact. Public speaking involves communication structure. Completely different skills. Same with coding. Coding is not one skill. Coding involves logic. Coding involves problem solving. Coding involves debugging. Coding involves reading code. Coding involves building systems. This is why some people practice for years but barely improve, because they never isolate their weak areas, they just repeat what feels comfortable. And comfort is the enemy of growth. Now, here's something most people never realize. In almost every skill, a small number of fundamentals create most of the results. This is called the 80-20ths rule. For example, in English speaking, you do not need thousands of complicated words. Most conversations use a surprisingly small number of common words. Same with fitness. Beginners copy fancy exercises from social media, while experienced coaches focus on basics, push-ups, squats, pull-ups, simple things repeated consistently. That's the difference. Beginners chase complexity, masters repeat fundamentals, and honestly, simple works way better than complicated. Now here's the uncomfortable truth. Real improvement feels uncomfortable. Most people practice what they're already good at because it feels satisfying, but growth happens slightly beyond your comfort zone. That frustrating feeling where your brain struggles, where you make mistakes, where you feel slow. That is where learning actually happens. Think about gaming. If you only play weak opponents, you feel confident, but you don't improve. Strong opponents feel uncomfortable, but they force growth. Life works the same way, and many people quit because they mistake discomfort for failure, when actually, discomfort is proof your brain is adapting. Now, this part destroys people mentally. At the beginning of learning, progress feels fast, then suddenly, nothing. You practice every day, but improvement feels invisible. This is called the plateau phase, and this is where most people quit. But here is what they do not understand. Your brain is still changing internally. Think about heating water. At first, nothing changes. 70 degrees, nothing. 90 degrees, still nothing visible. Then suddenly, 100 degrees. Transformation. Skill learning works the exact same way. Most people quit at 90 degrees right before progress becomes visible. We live in the most distracted generation ever. People try to learn while checking notifications, scrolling reels, replying to messages, opening 20 tabs, and then wonder why they can't focus. But your brain learns through depth, not constant interruption. 1 hour of deep focus is more powerful than 5 distracted hours because every distraction resets your concentration, which means your brain never enters deep learning mode. That's why top performers protect focus aggressively. Phone away, distractions removed, one task only, because attention is now a superpower. Here's another reason people stay stuck. No feedback. If you repeat mistakes every day, those mistakes become permanent habits. That's why feedback changes everything. Recording yourself speaking, getting a mentor, using AI tools, posting your work publicly. Yes, feedback can feel uncomfortable. Nobody likes seeing their mistakes, but avoiding feedback keeps people average for years. Temporary embarrassment creates long-term growth. Now here's the truth nobody wants to hear. Mastery is sometimes boring. Not every day feels exciting. And successful people don't magically feel motivated all the time. They just built systems that continue even when motivation disappears because consistency beats intensity. 1 hour every day for a year beats random bursts of motivation every single time. The people who master skills are not always more talented. They just stay consistent long enough for the results to appear. And honestly, that alone separates most successful people from everyone else. So if you truly want to master any skill, remember this. You do not rise to the level of motivation, you fall to the level of your systems. Mastery is not magic. It's focus, repetition, feedback, identity, consistency, and patience. And most importantly, not quitting during the ugly phase, because one day, the thing that feels difficult right now will become automatic, and your future self will be grateful that you kept going. If this changed the way you think about learning, comment, "Consistency beats talent," and subscribe for more videos about psychology, learning faster, self-improvement, and understanding your brain.